of Park Drive drama, it's been for you guys as well. Now, I know when we do Park Drive, it still might be boring for some of you, more dead lately. And the reason why it's been so dead lately is because 100 completely finished, because I've had lack of people, which you guys don't understand. Like, I've tried to make videos in the past explaining how we record Park Drive, but sometimes it's a lot harder than you think to explain to you guys exactly how we record Park Drive, if that makes sense. Like, because for you guys, all you guys see is when the completed episode goes up on the channel. But what we have to do, or what I have to do at least, to prepare an episode, think. For example, if I was doing a city building series, I could just come on my own world whenever I want and say, right, I'm going to record an episode. And, say if I said to you guys today, right, I'll have the next episode up tomorrow, I can more or less have the next episode up tomorrow indefinite, unless obviously something major comes up. Whereas recording something like Park Drive, because it kind of includes other people what have their own things to do as well, it makes it a lot more harder to say for definite that you can get the episode up. Because sometimes if you do something in one episode, like let's just say for example one episode Paul makes a gesture, say for example one episode Paul says he'll do something tomorrow, and tomorrow is the next episode, and then he doesn't come on, for example, because he can't make it, or for whatever reason he doesn't turn up, that snookers me, and that sometimes can stop the episodes from actually going up. It can stop them from actually being recorded, because if that person's not there, and he was like meant to do something quite major in the next episode, in that next episode, and he's not on there, you can't really not film him, because for one, it would ruin the episode even though you get the episode up, and like I say, two, at least if you wait and then he is online, you can get the episode up how you wanted the episode to go. So the thing with episode 100 is we've got so many different characters going off and having different things to do. For example, a couple of characters have had a holiday in real life. Well, I had a holiday to start with. Martin had a holiday next, and then Ant had a holiday next. And you know that Martin's been playing Billy, obviously. And Paul Steve, should I say, has been kind of in the middle of moving house, and he's not got his internet connection completely secure yet. Like, he's not with a proper internet company provider, if that makes sense. And the thing with that is like some scenes you can do like that person when they come online, but then because of what you guys know in episode 100, that Derek and Noreen get married, in the scenes where they're getting married, you need a lot of the people, because you need, characters obviously attending the wedding. So you can't just have like somebody for Noreen and somebody for Derek for them scenes, because obviously people would actually attend the wedding. So when it comes to them scenes, you need everybody together. You need like loads of people who would attend the wedding to be there, which can be a struggle. So that's why Park Drive has not been out at the moment, and my guess is that Park Drive episode 100 will hopefully come out next week. I'm gonna start putting some serious pressure down next week on all the Park Drive actors. Like this is the final week. I know I said I didn't want to rush Park Drive, but I don't want it to take like over a month to come out, if that makes sense. Like, there isn't that much of it left to do now. I'm literally like, I haven't got much more of it to record, and I need to I do need to get some, I do need to kind of get it wrapped up and get it finished you know, sort of ASAP. So as soon as Ant's back, I'm putting pressure on all the characters to try and, you know, to like try and get on and make the episodes, to try and just, you know, to try and finish it off, and then we can actually get the episode done. We can get it we can get it edited. Well, I can get it edited, which, you know, once I have a good amount of time to get it edited, I can obviously have a good go at it, and I can, you know, I can get it wrapped up. It won't take me forever to edit it once I get going with the editing. You know, I just need that time to work on the editing, but I can't work on the editing until all the scenes are in there, because you guys don't understand, but with Share Factory, say if I started adding music and gunshots to, or for example like door knocks, or, you know, any effects what I'm going to add, you know, just as a prime little example, if I start adding other clips after it starts moving where I put the sound effects for the door knocks and gunshots or whatever. So what that means is that I've then got to go ahead and start moving all the effects to try and put them back in the right place, and then the music moves, and like that's why it's better to get all the scenes done in the right place. Then I can start adding all the music and the sound effects and whatever I'm going to add. I mean, come on guys, there's no lie here. Episode 100 is obviously going to have sound effects and different things happening. Like, you guys know it, it's episode 100. Like, that's obviously not giving away something there that we're going to be using sound effects. I mean, we used them on like episode 25 and episode 50, you know, and 75. It's obvious that on a big number that, you know, like, you know, we're going to use sound effects. I mean, it's a wedding. I'm probably more than likely going to add church bells in and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So there's nothing to really, let's say, there's nothing to really hide there as such. But, you know, I'm just saying to you guys that I am hoping to obviously, you know, get it wrapped up. Hopefully by next week. I want it done at the end of next week at the latest, and I'm going to start putting pressure down on, you know, some of the Park Drive cast and actors to come on and just finish these scenes, because there isn't really that many left to do, if that makes sense to you guys.
I'll have time this week.
There's really not that much left to do, but it's the crucial time where I need more than just a couple of people, if that makes sense. Like, it's alright like 2 people coming on, but 2 people isn't enough. I need like pretty much most of the people what do Park Drive. Like, you know, I'm talking like everybody from Martin to Ant to Steve to Amir to Harrison. I'm talking like everybody who has a fully you know, played character in the Park Drive series to actually attend and make the episode. And I know people what will come on indefinite, and then I have people what I'm not so sure about, who you can't actually trust to come online. But the sooner it's up, the sooner it's done. You know, that's it, it's out. We can start planning the next. And you see, the thing with a normal episode is, if somebody can't make it, it's not as bad, because you can just plan something. Like, say if Paul couldn't make like episode 92 or something like that, you can just say that he went to get some building supplies. You know, no harm done. No, you know, nothing exactly too majorly wrong there in just saying he went to get some building supplies. But when he's meant to be in such a big episode, it's more a thing to actually need him, if that makes sense. So that's what's happening with Park Drive anyway. You should hopefully most definitely see the episode by, you know, the end of next week. Hopefully it might be something like a week this Sunday, because if I could get it done then and have time, then I'd rather upload it on a park drive day. So if we got it done like Friday, rather than uploading it Friday night or Saturday, I may as well just wait and do it on Sunday. Then we can go to 90, 91, we can go to 101 on Tuesday, if that makes sense. And then we don't have any like changes. We don't have like Park Drive coming out on Friday, then no episode till Tuesday, if that makes sense. And it just works a little bit more easier for me. Or same if we got it done the beginning of next week, say we got it done like, you know, Tuesday, or say Monday or Wednesday, then I'd more than likely upload it Thursday, rather than like uploading it on the Wednesday night or doing it on a Friday. Do you know what I mean? Like, we may as well do it on a PD day, if that makes a little more sense to you. In terms of the music show is looking to come back and continue very soon. I'm actually thinking about getting an episode up of that this week, actually, sometime, because it's obviously that time again, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think I might get something up there for you guys, hopefully. I've just been having a little bit of bad internet lately, because we've just recently changed, and it's not been I've not tried uploading any videos, I've not tried downloading anything, I've only ever tried streaming. Upload 100 on Saturday, then interview stuff.
You got a lot of stuff you need to do.
Stuff till Tuesday. That's actually a good idea. Actually, the more Martin says that's a pretty good idea. Well, to be honest with you, the only person we're not sure who could come on is Steve, really, because to be honest, like, I'm pretty sure you can make like a day next week, because to be honest with you, all it takes, we can get it done in like a day. Well, when I say a day, I mean like, I don't mean it'll take us all day to do it, but what I'm saying is it'll only take a couple of hours on the night to finish it. If we have everybody who we need, we can do it like, we could probably do it in like less than a normal PD episode time, because there isn't that much left to do. We've just got to do the finishing scenes, which obviously you know, shouldn't take that long to do. It's only kind of finishing the episode off, if that makes sense, without obviously giving anything away. But it's just, you know, we're down to the last bit. We've recorded all the main bits, but you know what I mean, like, it's more like Steve, who I'm not sure we can get at the moment. Obviously, I won't be doing any scenes this week because one of the main characters who we need is away, and there's no other scene. Well, there's actually one scene I can do with just Steve, which I can't tell you guys, but it just includes him. And I need one with just Harrison as well. And then the rest I literally need everybody for. So if they come on, I can wrap them up, you know, this week, anytime, doesn't matter when, as long as it's not Saturday, and that can get it done. But yeah, music show should hopefully return soon. Like I say, I've had a little bit of bad internet at the moment. We've just changed, and it's not been exactly what you would call up to scratch. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty amazed at how I'm streaming right now without like the stream interrupting or cutting off. You know, we're doing quite well, which is good. You know, hopefully, you know, maybe this is even the start of it improving, which, you know, you never know, but at the same time it's sort of doubtful as well. And yeah, I'm looking to bring back NTV a little bit more. So if you guys don't know, once episode 100 is done, I'm looking at not stopping Park Drive, but I'm looking at cutting down the amount of times we do an episode a week, so we can do some different things. Because right now we kind of do Park Drive and stream. Obviously we do, obviously we do music show and clubbing year, but it's not like clubbing year comes exactly every day, if that makes sense. It's not as if I can always do something on clubbing year. Like, we go to an event, and then sometimes we don't go to an event for like 3 to 4 weeks. And same with the music show. Music show is not always guaranteed to come regular, because music show's not about just typing in a random musician and featuring him. It's about finding somebody who's actually got a musical talent, if that makes sense. Like, it's not just saying, oh yeah, you do that, we'll put you on. It's about finding somebody who has got a passion for what they're doing, whether it's playing a keyboard, whether it's singing, and you've got to kind of take it from there, and you've got to kind of think like, well, yeah, he's actually really good. Not just type in DJ and get the first video what's to do with somebody DJing. It's got to be somebody who obviously has a passion for it, if that makes sense. So they're not always guaranteed to come every day.
We have to go to the Rockstar Social Club website, see what's
or
going on.
Let's say they're not guaranteed to come like often enough that we could just live on it. So I'm thinking about bringing some more NTV shows back, because I quite liked NTV back in the past. I love Park Drive now. Park Drive's the best thing we've ever done in terms of NTV. It's the best role-playing series I've ever recorded and been a part of. Even though a lot of you guys who are in my role-plays have said you prefer the GTA role-plays, I actually prefer the Minecraft role-plays. Now, I did like the GTA role-plays, don't get me wrong. The GTA role-plays were fun, but they got boring for me after a while, and they got a bit repetitive. Like, for example, like the way we did the GTA roleplay wasn't exactly what you would call realistic. So if you didn't watch the GTA roleplay, it was back on my old YouTube channel, and it was called Life in GTA, and it was supposed to be like a series where I was to track down who killed my mum. Now, I streamed the roleplay because I wanted to be a part of it, and there wasn't really a way for me to just film, if that makes sense. Like back then, I don't know if it's changed now, but back then you could turn your map off and stuff like that. But if somebody invited you to a race, or if, like, say you got a phone call from like Leicester about a heist, or say if somebody like set a new world record, or say if you like, do you know what I mean, or that type of stuff. Whereas like Minecraft, you can take your HUD off and you can like move to the side and but you couldn't add your voice in it. Like, the video clips what you use on the Rockstar editor are only from what you've taken in the game. So, for example, double tapping the share button to record doesn't allow you to use them video clips in the Rockstar editor, if that makes sense. Like, what it actually allows you to do is it actually allows you to record in the game. So you hold down the button where you switch characters and you start a recording from there, and it doesn't allow you to use your voice, which was obviously a little bit of a shame, because it was obviously a little bit of a it was a little bit, but because you can do some cool stuff in the Rockstar editor, but I don't know how to add voices. But the thing what ruined the Life in GTA series was the whole point of the story was for me to find out who killed my mum, kind of thing. Me to find out the killer of my mum, and when we kind of got to the bottom of that alternatively should have been the end of the series. That should have been season 1. Or let's say that should have been it, that should have been the end of it. But what we did is because we enjoyed doing it, we decided to carry on the story, but we didn't really know what to do. We were just making random stupid things happen, like a random person to come back to life who had been dead years, and not years, but have been dead for like ages in the series, and you know, it all messed up. Like once we completed the main purpose of the whole story for the role play, we just carried it on and did random stuff what didn't match and add up, and that's what ruined the series. Whereas Park Drive, because Park Drive didn't start with a meaning, Park Drive is just a point of filming people's everyday life in the neighbourhood. There was no real, there wasn't just one story to work at, if that makes sense. Whereas, like, for example, if you watch like Emmerdale or Coronation Street, they obviously don't come in seasons. They don't come on TV for so long and then take a break and come back with a season 2. It's filming that street's life, and whoever dies, moves, lives there, it just pretty much gets filmed, doesn't it? And that's the same with Park Drive. Whereas life in GTA is kind of like something like Broadchurch, or let's say something like Prey, or something like Midsummer Murders. You know, they come on for a certain amount of time. They focus on that one story, like Broadchurch was finding out that boy's death, I think it was, on the beach, and that was the whole focus. They then didn't suddenly just decide to say after that, right, well, someone who died in that series is now just going to magically come to life so we can keep the series going. Do you know what I mean? Like, it stopped for a while and then came back as a season 2, and that's what we should have done with life in GTA, and it would have like worked out a lot better, because people would have gone, yeah, you know, I'm sad it's over, but it was a great series. It followed a good story, and it didn't just go wacky and stupid for the sake of continuing it. Do you know what I mean? So that's kind of what life in GTA was. Would I ever do another one? Probably not at the moment, because you see, again, it's another role play where once people are in it, you need people to make episodes, and people are already doing Park Drive. So if we're doing Park Drive one day and then I'm asking them to turn up for a life in GTA another day, they're probably not, you know, as much as they probably want to be in them, but like, they're just not going to turn up for episodes, and then if they don't turn up for episodes, and I get mad, and then people are going to be like, well, look, I'm always coming on for Park Drive and stuff like that, you can't expect to just need me and want me all the time. Do you know what I mean? Which is fair enough of them. It's true. It's there's nothing to hide. They wouldn't be lying. But so right now, I just don't see the point in a GTA. If Park Drive is to ever stop, which obviously Park Drive is going to stop sometime, because obviously I don't live forever. Anything could happen. I'm not trying to be harsh, but I could be run over tomorrow. You never know. Like you've always kind of got to live on the edge and think. You can't think like, oh, I'm going to be doing this in 20 years time, because as much as you would like to be doing it in 20 years time, you actually physically never know. Now, I learned a quote from Mars Bar Vlogs. Some of you some of you might think it's a bit daft, some of you might think it's a bit stupid, but he basically says, live each day as if it's your last. And I actually think that is so true. Like, it may sound a bit cheesy, like I don't live every day thinking I'm gonna die the next day. Like, that's not the that's not the point of the saying. But what it means is don't sort of hold back from doing what you want to do, if that makes sense, because you might not get the chance tomorrow, if you get what I mean. So that's what I'm saying by that. Like, I don't get my hopes up and say that something is gonna continue for me in 20 years time, because I just never know. I'm not one of these people who say, oh, I'm going to do this when I'm 60, because you never know if you're going to make it there. So I kind of like to take the opportunities while I can, because you never know what the next day is going to bring. And I think Mars Bar does an amazing job with them quotes. A lot of people hate him for sitting there and saying these cringy quotes, but they're true and they're actually right. And I find them a good part of his vlogs. I find him interesting to watch every day when he's talking about stuff like that, because it makes me, I listen to them quotes and I actually follow them. And I think it's a good, you know what I mean. I think it's a good thing to, I think it's a good thing to go by what he says, because some of them quotes are actually true, as cheesy as they sound. Like, they actually are true. Some things what he actually manages to say. So, yeah, a GTA series is not the top of my list at the moment, but you never know for the future.
Not all people would take part in it.
No, they want them here.
And not a lot of people might not allowed to have the game if they're kids.
No, you see. But that's it, you see, like, maybe in the future, if I'm doing something completely, if I'm not doing PD anymore, it'll be a change from just starting up, starting up another PD but under a new name. But I am looking to bring back NTV a little bit more again, to do some things I used to do in the past, like News at 10. That was quite fun and interesting to do. I might do a little bit, a few News at 10s again. I actually enjoyed doing some of them in the past. Game shows, I would definitely do some game shows again. Game shows definitely work for me. I don't know what game shows though. I kind of want to bring back game shows what we've done in the past, but at the same time, it would be kind of cool to just, to make some brand new ones. And I'm kind of thinking kind of like a total wipeout would be quite cool, but in a Minecraft style, doing a parkour course, but they've actually got to complete the parkour as if they're doing it on a TV show. You know what I mean? Rather than saying hey guys, this is Ashley from Network Studios, and today my friend is going to be conquering this parkour map what I've made. We kind of kit it out like a TV show, and make it like a TV show, and make out if they complete it, they get a grand prize, and you get the intro, the outro, the advert breaks. Advert breaks is something I want to bring back again, but I want to bring it back differently this time. So instead of making little city adverts for fish and chip restaurants and Tesco adverts in Minecraft, I'm kind of thinking we advertise what I'm doing on the channel. So if it's a park drive trailer, then a park drive trailer. If it's something for another series what I'm doing, like the music show, or let's say clubbing year, then I will throw some of them adverts in, and then every so often I'll change up the adverts, and do the same adverts but make them different, if that makes sense.
Is everyone dicking around?
For example, with clubbing year, when we get close to the
summer sale for $24.99.
When we get close to the end of the year, we can do something the year is ending, which events will he be finishing off the year with, kind of thing. And then music show, we can make some cool adverts for them, and then same with live streams as well. We can do some little adverts for live streams, and we can say join Ash live as he builds, talks and answers your questions, to try and promote the live streams a bit more.
Am I turning into the game in the
But I'm not sure when all of this is going to happen. And I'll tell you why I'm not sure when all of this is going to happen. And the reason why I'm not sure is simply because I want to take MC Noble a lot further first. And the reason why I'm saying that is because MC Noble's been getting a lot of support lately. Like, obviously, we've hit over our 1k likes on the page. I might even be going live somewhere soon if everything gets. Or well, when I say it's not like live on stage, but I've told you guys about it before, and a lot of good stuff is happening with that at the moment. And YouTube is what I do for fun, and my MCing is what I do as a hobby, but what I'm looking to try and make into more of a career, so I can hopefully do live shows and gigs on weekends and stuff like that. Try and take it a little bit further. It's not just something I do for a bit of yapping and a bit of fun. It's something like it's something that I would love to go live on stage and entertain people in clubs with and pubs and
Alright, we don't want Red Dead Redemption 2. Rockstar, make GTA 6. We need GTA 6.
It's stuff that I'd like to, be able to make people, recognise me for, if that makes sense. I'd like to take the music further, release albums and make good hit single tracks. I'd love to combine with other musicians, like singers and other rappers, to do collaborations and be featured in their tracks and them to be featured in my tracks. I'm looking to take that a lot further, and that comes before YouTube. YouTube was never made for a full-time, real-life focusing thing. YouTube was only ever made to be a little bit of fun, something to do on a night, something to do as a bit of spare time, and have a bit of fun and entertain you guys, for something what I enjoy doing. Whereas my MCing, although it didn't start out as a serious thing, has now become a serious thing, and I want to take that, what I'm really meaning is if I get opportunities, I'm not gonna say no, not right now. I'm trying to focus on doing some better things on my YouTube channel. That's not what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna take all the opportunities I can with my music, and then do my YouTube changes when I get time to do them. So I also want to do more things to do with my music on this channel as well. That's definitely something I want to do though as well. I want to improvise my music a bit more into this channel. I did live streams of me MCing on, I did a live stream of me MCing on Saturday. I'd like to do that again. I'd like to kind of improvise that a little bit more. I'd like to make videos about things what I'm doing. I tell you what I'd like to do on this channel, MC Noble behind the scenes. So if I did start gigging, or if I did get the chance to go to a live show, I would like to vlog it. I don't know if you guys know, but there's a guy on YouTube called DJ Bar, and he's from America, and he is a DJ, and basically he does a thing called gig logs. And basically when he gets a gig, when he gets a DJing gig, he basically vlogs him going to the gig, and he kind of explains what equipment he's taking with him for the gig, what type of gig it is, if he's DJing a wedding. Then literally he'll explain why he's using a specific type of disco light, and he takes you along for the ride. Well, I'd kind of like to do the same for MC Noble, but for my MCing. So when I get the opportunities to kind of do something with MC Noble, I would kind of like to film it myself, if that makes sense, and kind of upload a little bit of a behind the scenes on here for me, if that makes sense. Do you know what I mean? Do you get what I'm getting at now? I'd love to be able to like, so you guys can see me like traveling to where I'm going to be doing the live event, or you can see like what, you know, you can see whatever I'm doing. And it's not like to prove points or anything. It's not to prove that I'm big and I'm making it there. It's not to prove that. It's not to try and, you know, say like, oh, look at me, I get to do what I do live. You know, it's nothing to do with that. It's just something cool to watch back on. So yeah, guys, we have a clubbing event this weekend, but I'm not sure about it, guys, because my camera charge is still snapped, and I don't have a lot of cash at the moment, if that makes sense to you guys. Like, I've got enough to go to the event, but if I start buying camera charges on top of things, it's going to make things a little bit awkward. And I don't just go to these events to film. That's not the reason why I go. I just film because I had a camera and because it was something different to do on the channel. I didn't just suddenly start pretending to like clubbing just so I could film it for you guys, if that makes sense. I just sort of decided to film it because it was something different to do when I had the camera at the time. So I don't want clubbing year to stop, but I'm not sure how I'm going to get around the video situation. I could always message my friend. I could always just say to him, again, you know, like, have you still got that camera, so I can take a few videos, get them onto my laptop, you know, that type of thing. So I might ask him if I can just, you know, borrow it for the weekend, because you know, I can't really, you know, afford to buy a charger at the minute. I mean, chargers aren't dear. I can soon get one another week or so when there's like not much happening. But the thing with this event, guys, is I'm not really sure what's happening with it, because to be honest with you, it's all a bit of a mess this weekend. It's actually like completely so messed up this weekend. So I'm going to explain to you guys. So basically yesterday, my dad and I noticed a lump under my eyelid, and basically I had one on the top of my eyelid. Like, I had one above my eye on my eyelid nearly a year ago, and it was basically, I can't remember what it was called. It was something like a sty, I think. And basically I have to put this cream on, and I have to take these tablets, which I hate doing, but you can't drink alcohol when you take these tablets. Now, we've got the event this weekend, and this event is an event which pretty much runs through all of Saturday. You know, it starts at noon, and it more or less finishes at like 9 at night, so it's pretty much all day and all evening. And basically, like, obviously if you go in there's a hot tub and stuff, so I don't know what it'd be like taking a camera in case I'm going in a hot tub, which is, you know, like, the first messy thing. The second thing is I don't know if the thing on my eye will clear up in time for me to be able to like go drinking a load when the dew's on in the afternoon. And the third and final thing is, when I usually go out in town, you know, when like we don't really have like much events happening and I go for a few in town, well, some of my mates who I go with in town have gone on holiday to Ibiza. They've like taken a trip to Ibiza, and when they come back from Ibiza, which is this Saturday, they want to have a gathering in town. They want to, you know, like, they want to all go, they want to all come out in town for a few, and, you know, talk about their holiday and show us videos and stuff like that, and, you know, like, like have a big gathering with loads of us. So I've kind of been invited to obviously go to that. So I don't know whether after the event has finished, which will finish at 9, whether I'm just gonna head back into town, you know, back home, and meet some of my mates for a few in town after, you know what I mean, to, like, you know, because I've been invited and they're coming back, and, you know, you're coming out for a few kind of thing. So you know, I'm not sure if it's really like gonna be that good to film. It would be good to film because there's some good DJs on and stuff like that, and you know, I might take a few videos on my phone if I can't get a camera situation sorted. But you know, I'm just not really sure. And plus, there's meant to be a few of my mates who do go out in town as well, who haven't gone to Ibiza, who are meant to be coming to this event on Saturday. So the thing is I don't know how people are getting there. I don't know how people are getting back. I don't really know what's happening. It's kind of, um, it's kind of like a little weird at the moment. Like they're wanting to go. I don't know if I'm like just getting my own way there and meeting them there. I don't kind of know exactly what you would call my way back yet. You know, it's all kind of still in the making. Of the decision. Plus, at the same time, because the event's on for so long, I don't know if I'm exactly going at 12 noon and stay until you know, like 9 at night. I think I'm just gonna go kind of late afternoon. Well, I want to go for 3 because if I go at 3, well, if I get there before 3, basically Cayman Kinder goes on the set at 3. If you know what I mean. He goes on the set at 3. So I don't want to miss him on the set. And plus, Danny Williams goes on the set late at night. So, for example, if I go at like 12 and have a few drinks, I'm going to be kind of already off it and there by the time it gets to any of them people. And not that the people who are on first aren't good DJs, but they're not exactly people I recognise. For example, all the good people who I want to see, such as Cayman Kinder, Danny Williams, Alfie Hogarth, I believe are all on later on in the event rather than earlier on. It's just all, you know, I'm going to the event, don't get me wrong, I just don't know anything about filming or what I'm doing, that type of thing. That's, you know, that's pretty much what I mean. So, yeah. We're just going to have to see what goes down. I will make a video about the event, though, because, like I say, I'll probably live stream and take some videos of on my phone, which I'll just put to my YouTube after anyway. And we'll take it from we'll take it from there, really. We'll take it from there and see where it goes. So yeah, we'll see. But I'm just going to get the lineup for you guys so I can tell you exactly what's happening. So let me go to the Queen. No, I've just clicked on the retro page for all the retro events. So yeah, that's it. That's exactly it. So all the people on the list, we've got Billy Steinman, we've got Green's Blood, we've got Tekkers, we've got Cayman Kinder, we've got Kate Christlow, Danny Williams, Harry Leddy, Bart Rogers, Alfie Hoggard, and Joey Fernandez. And basically there's a hot tub, a rooftop DJ box, outside bar, not to be missed, share and spread the word. So basically I'll tell you the set times in just a moment, because it doesn't say the set times on here. But I'll get the set times up in a second. There we go. View the post. Alright, so... Oh, no, not that one. Not that one. Where was it? Where was it? It was on here somewhere. No, not that. I need to try and find it. Yeah, it's I tell you. I'll tell you who I'll Billy. Alright, here we go. Not there. Where is it? Yesterday. Yeah, yesterday was Monday. No. I can't find it now. All information on next week. Yeah. Nope. Yeah, I can't find the times now. But I know something like Kim and Kinder was on at 3 anyway. I'm pretty sure like Alfie Hogarth was out later as well. I'm sure he was like I'm sure like Danny Williams was right near the end of the event though. But anyway, I'm going to it, no matter what, whatever my eye is. I'm not missing it. I missed the last Electro Zoo, which was back in March. I missed that, which was gutting for me because I wanted to attend it, but I had to miss that one. I'm not missing this one, and I'm fed up of missing them for missing things for different things happening. I've wanted this one for a while, and yeah. And it's a free entry event as well. It's not like you're paying for any tickets to go in. It's like it's pretty much an all day thing, so you are sort of it's pretty much just like walking into a pub really. You can go in if that makes sense. Doesn't matter when you go, there's music and DJs on all through the afternoon. It's just I prefer to go around free because I have a lot of respect for Cayman Kinder. I like his mixing style, and I like to see somebody with such young talent at his age trying so hard, and I like to see them, putting in their effort. And I like to see him live because he's a good pal, and a good lad. But at the same time, I don't want to go on my own as well. Like when I've got mates going. So if I've got mates going and they're going earlier, then I may as well go when they go, and then when they're leaving, I may as well, leave when they leave. Or if I want to stay a bit, I can say, right, I'll probably meet you back in Drift Town a bit later on. I'm just going to stay for a bit. But what my original intention was before the gathering with the lads coming back from Ibiza was mentioned to me, I was going to stay with Cayman Kinder because I thought that he might be going down to what was Utopia, because that's where he's a resident DJ, where he plays on a Saturday night. So I kind of thought that he might be going there after. So I was thinking that I might go down and spend a few more hours there with him to see what he's to see what what that place is like. I've been inside, by the way. I don't know if I told you guys. I've been inside. We went out for a meal last Tuesday, a week ago today, and the place where we were gonna go was closed. So I said, should we go to what was Utopia just to have a look inside, just to see what it was like? And we don't necessarily have to order food. We can just have a look. And we had a look, and I tell you guys, it's completely different in there. Like, I don't know if you guys back in the remix videos, I don't know if you guys exactly took notice in what the place looked like, as such as like where the bar was, but the bar is in a completely different place. Like, the bar is complete, like, you know where them big round tables were in the middle, where I used to sit at the beginning of a remix event, and I used to sit there with a drink before going on the dance floor. Well, basically, that is where the bar is, and there's a massive like barbecue grill in the middle of the bar, like where they have like the bar's literally kind of like a square. So it's like the bar's basically a rectangle like this, but obviously nowhere near as big. So instead of the bar being up to a wall, the bar's kind of like a square in the middle of the main room bit, and then you've still got them window tables, you know what you had before, where you looked out to the sea. You still have them, but you don't have like them circle tables what you used to have. And there's some like tables now in the on the dance floor area. There's a few tables just at the side, but it looks like they're still keeping the dance floor area as a dance floor area. Like, so it still looks to me like they're gonna do clubbing events there. And there's something a little bit fishy, guys. There's something a really, really wee bit fishy. So the place has just reopened, right, guys? Not kidding you, like, the place has not been open long, and they got going, and basically remix, remix as in remix what we used to go to and see, all like Darren Styles and all the top Clubland DJs. Well, basically, guys, remix shared the event what we're going to this weekend, because the event we're going to this weekend, Danny Williams has organised it, who also organises remix. So the remix page shared the event and said that they were just helping another, they were helping another event. I'll tell you exactly what they said. I can tell you what they said. But check this out, guys. Check this out. Right, this is what they posted. Bearing in mind they've not posted for a while. Like, they haven't posted in ages. So let me just let the page load, if it will. It's quite good though. It definitely means that some good stuff's gonna happen. Definitely means that good stuff is, due to happen. I don't know when. I'm pretty sure you guys can guess what it is. Like, I'm pretty sure you guys know that remix is returning, which, it is. But I'll read what they say if it loads. But what I think is fishy is that they were meant to do an event in Hull, but they never did an event in Hull. That place where they used to do remix has now been refurbished. It's just started to get going, and remix has mentioned about a return. So I'm wondering if remix was never, if remix was going back to the same place, and the reason why nothing has happened with remix since the end of April was because they were waiting for that place to get refurbished. Now think of remix when you've got the rooftop section as well. So what I'm wondering is remix actually coming back to the same place? Like, is remix actually even going to a different place like it was, like it said it was going to do? So I'm now starting to think that the reason why remix stopped was because the place was getting a refurbishment. And I think the place where remix was getting held, the Utopia side of things, was was going under, if that makes sense. And I think basically the lodge, the new place, is still sort of to do with the same people. I think what's happened is I think the place has not changed hands as such, but I think it's just got different, a few different staff. I think it's just had a refurbishment, and I think it's just changed its name and to start doing different things. But Remix was popular, so what I'm thinking is they've actually decided to keep Remix, if that makes sense. So I think Remix could be returning back to the same place. Now, I'm not definite, but I just think it seems fishy how Remix stopped and Utopia stopped at the same time. Like, Remix didn't stop and Utopia carried on. Remix stopped and Utopia, I believe, carried on for the next 2 weeks because there was like a bank holiday weekend. But pretty much for about the same amount of time as there's been no Remix, there's been no Utopia. And the reason why I know this is because Cayman Kinder has been not DJing there for a few weekends. So I knew something was fishy, because he'd been putting out comments like, has anybody got any ideas for the night? Not working this weekend. So I kind of thought something's happened here, in the back of my mind. And then the place got refurbished, and I messaged Cayman from time to time. I said, hey, look, what's happening with Utopia, when they're doing an event next. And basically he said that there was something big coming there soon, but he said he couldn't say much more. And then he said a little bit later on that Utopia's had a bit of a refurbishment. It looks ace, but I can't say no more. It opens with a new look soon, but I can't, come down and have a look, but I can't give everything away. So I reckon that something big, what's happening in the event terms, is to do with Remix. And I think that what he was talking about with the, obviously with the refurbishment, was obviously what's happened now. Now, do you see what I mean? I love working stuff like this out. It's obviously not forced to be true. There's nothing true in this confirmed, but this is just what I think's happening, and I cannot wait. Like, if Remix returns, it'll make my day, because Remix was one of my most favourite nights of all time. I absolutely loved Remix. Like, you do not know, like, how much I loved Remix. Going to Remix events, they were like my most favourite nights, because I don't know, they were just.
I've seen these leaked pictures and I've tried to really look at it in detail and see if I can pull anything apart.
Remix is just amazing. Like, they got like some of my most favourite DJs in the clubland industry, and I only had to go 11 miles to see them. Do you know what I mean though? Like people you see on TV in music videos were like just coming as close as that, and you only had to pay as little as a tenner to get in. There you go, guys. It doesn't look like it's gonna load. Oh, yes, it has. It has. Here we go. Here we go. Thank you. Right, so this is what they said. Our good friends over at Electro Zoo are throwing a bash in Bridlington next Saturday daytime, with a whole host of DJs taking the decks through the day with a rooftop, terrace and hot tub. Catch a few of our resident DJs there. More news on the return of Remix soon. So that's all we've got so far, but then later on that night, I'd say it'd be about, well, they posted that at 17 minutes past 9, 17 minutes past 7 yesterday, sorry, and then basically about, let's say about a good 25 minutes later, they actually went ahead and shared the event again. They shared they shared what the Queen's Hotel had posted. But what I also believe as well is Remix going to the Queen's Hotel, where this event is going as well. It kind of crosses the mind, if that makes sense. Like, why would they share that pub's post? Like, it's not what the event posted, it's the pub where the event is hosted at. So I'm thinking that they've shared the pub's post because maybe Remix is having an event there. We'll have to see. But, oh my god, look at all these. There's like old Remix pictures. I'm on these, by the way. Well, I'm on some of them. This one was the 3rd of December. Oh yeah, that would have been... This would have been from Mark Breeze and Rob Tessera. Aye, the New Year's Eve poster was there. God, look at these. Oh my days. Yes, Rob Tessera on the decks. Glasgow Hixie.
No! That was my helicopter, fuck you.
Oh my, look at all these. Oh yeah, I can't. But you see what I'm... You get the point, you can't see them, but... Gonna leave the live stream here, guys. Like, subscribe, comment. Hopefully some things are coming in the future, which I'm super stoked for. So, like, I cannot wait for Remix to make a return. At least we know it is returning. Because I have known people to, like, say, like, hint that something's stopping, but say that it's not stopping for good, you know, to try and make us not feel as bad, and then just never come back with it, if that makes sense. But at least we know now that Remix is coming back. They are coming back to do another event. I don't know how many more events. Hopefully Remix starts again and starts being like a couple of months time again between them at like the place where it was, or maybe this Queen's place, and then, you know, it's something to look forward to, because I'd rather do that than any other clubbing night. I mean, I like other clubbing nights, and, you know, I don't always, you know, I want to go to other ones as well, but Remix, the first birthday, was a good bash along with all the rest of them. And what I'm saying is the worth, like, if there was just like something little happening in Hull, it would be worth saying, you know what, I don't need to really go to that. I'd rather save up and go to Remix when that comes on in a few weeks. So, like, subscribe and comment. We'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.